I've spent too long pretending to hide my hunger for you. I'm done. I want you trembling, breathless, undone beneath my truth. You've awakened the part of me that doesn't whisper, it claims. And tonight, I'm not asking for permission to feel you. I no longer wish to hint or tease. I want to devour every inch of the silence between us until it begs for mercy. Every time our eyes lock, something ancient stirs inside me, something that refuses to stay subtle anymore. I want your name to break from my mouth like prayer and sin at the same time. That's the power you've become to me. My restraint has burned into desire, and now I'm ready to show you what obsession sounds like when it speaks aloud. There's a fire crawling through my veins that only your body can answer. I'm done hiding behind patience. I used to wait for the right moment. Now I realize the right moment is the one I take. My soul doesn't want to flirt anymore. It wants to consume. And the only thing on its menu is you. You think you know what I want? Number. I want to see you surrender the way I've surrendered every part of myself thinking about you. Every subtle glance was a warning. Every soft touch was a promise. And now I'm ready to make good on every one of them. I don't want distance. I want to erase the space where our breaths don't meet. My silence was desire learning your rhythm. My patience was the storm gathering before it finally rages. You've driven me past restraint into confession. Every thought I've tamed now wants to taste your name. I want to see you lose yourself in what we both secretly crave, the chaos of finally giving in. You've been haunting my nights with the scent of what could be. I'm ready to turn those ghosts into touch. The universe can watch, the stars can witness, but only we will know how divine it feels to lose control. I'm tired of pretending I don't imagine your voice breaking beneath my hands. Desire isn't polite, it's primal, and I'm tired of being polite. I've dreamt of your surrender more vividly than I've dreamt of heaven. Tonight, I want both. You have no idea how many times I've rewritten your name across my skin in invisible ink. Every heartbeat I've hidden from you has become an echo of the word mine. I'm not here to speak gently anymore. I'm here to remind you what passion sounds like when it finally stops holding back. You can feel it too, can't you? The tension that hums louder than logic whenever we breathe near each other. You're not just desire, you're the confession I've been too scared to make out loud. Until now, my thoughts no longer whisper, they scream for your warmth, your chaos, your surrender. There's a darkness in me that only your light can satisfy. I'm done pretending otherwise. Every time I look at you, I realize I've been starving for something that finally looks like you. I want to ruin your calm the way you've destroyed my control. Your existence is the temptation that turns every moral into a question. I want to know what you sound like when every guard finally falls. There's nothing subtle about the way your presence makes me ache. I want to see your soul in your eyes when you realize you've been desired like never before. I'm done waiting for signs. The universe already screamed your name through my veins. I've spent nights imagining your touch in places I didn't know could crave. You make me want to forget the word hesitation altogether. If you could feel what I feel right now, you'd understand why silence is impossible. I don't want romance wrapped in hesitation. I want passion that breaks the walls we built. You make my restraint feel like punishment, and my desire feel like salvation. The thought of you beneath me isn't lust, it's destiny begging for proof. You've become the poem my body keeps reciting, even when my mind begs it to stop. I want the kind of connection that makes the earth jealous of our gravity. Every touch I've imagined has become a prayer I can no longer keep holy. You don't understand how dangerous my patience has been. It's time you see what it was holding back. I want to taste your heartbeat just to see how close it beats to mine. You've been the unfinished sentence in every breath I've taken. Tonight, I'm ready to complete it. I don't want to admire you anymore. I want to experience you completely. The truth is, I've already surrendered to you in my mind 1,000 times. I'm just ready to make it real. Every soft word I've said was just a prelude to the chaos I truly feel for you. I want you to see what obsession looks like when it finally takes form. I'm not here to be poetic. I'm here to make you remember this moment in every lifetime. The only thing I want trembling tonight is the distance between your body and mine. I want to hear the sound your soul makes when desire wins. My love language has evolved into something wilder, something only you can understand. I want your breath to forget its rhythm when my hands finally trace the places your thoughts have hidden. Every time you look at me like that, my composure dies a little more, and something untamed comes alive. I no longer crave to be understood. I crave to be felt completely, recklessly, endlessly. I want you to know what it feels like to be wanted beyond logic, beyond comfort, beyond control. I've imagined you trembling not out of fear, but because your soul finally met its mirror. I want to see you surrender not from weakness, but from the sweet exhaustion of being desired this deeply. My touch won't be soft tonight. It will be honest, and honesty has its own kind of hunger. I want to erase every boundary between us until the air forgets where you end and I begin. You've made me realize that desire can be sacred, that surrender can be divine. I want to pull you close enough that even silence starts to beg for space. You've become the wild ache beneath my calm, the one thing my restraint can't survive. I don't want to take my time anymore. I want time to pause for us. You think I want your body, but it's your trembling soul that calls to me louder. Every heartbeat I've hidden has been counting down to this moment. My desire for you isn't loud, it's steady like thunder before it breaks. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for the shiver that proves we're both alive. I want you to forget the world long enough to remember how it feels to be wanted like this. I no longer want to love you gently. I want to love you completely until there's nothing left to hide. My patience was just my passion, waiting for permission to speak your name out loud. If you could feel what's rising inside me, you'd know why I'm done being subtle. You've turned my restraint into obsession, and now there's no turning back. I want to touch you where language fails, where only trembling makes sense. You're not just my desire, you're my undoing, and I've never wanted to be undone this beautifully. I want you trembling, not from fear, but from recognition that this is what you've secretly craved too. My thoughts aren't innocent anymore. They all end with your name whispered like a secret. I want to break the quiet between us with something too honest to take back. The way you exist near me feels like gravity, pulling, inevitable, dangerous. You've become the addiction I've stopped trying to recover from. I want to make you feel what I've felt in silence for far too long. Every subtle word I once spoke now feels like a lie compared to what I truly want to say. I want to explore the edges of your fear until they turn into desire. You're not my fantasy, you're my undoing, written in flesh and electricity. My mind says slow down, but my pulse keeps chanting your name. I want the kind of closeness that leaves no space for pretense. Every inch of my restraint was just a rehearsal for this confession. I don't want to tease you anymore. I want to show you what longing looks like when it wins. You've become the gravity beneath my breath, the pull I can't resist anymore. I want to learn your silence, your breath, your trembling until they all sound like mine. Every secret I've buried about wanting you is now clawing its way to the surface. I want you trembling beneath me, not out of fear, but because you've finally found safety in surrender. I've tried to tame what I feel for you, but desire was never meant to be tamed. I don't just want your body, I want your heartbeat caught between my truth and your surrender. My thoughts are no longer soft. They're demanding, raw, and drenched in everything I've never said. You're the storm I've been waiting for, and I'm ready to drown willingly. Every glance, every pause, every breath between us feels like the prelude to something irreversible. I want to burn with you, not to destroy, but to feel alive together in the fire. You've become the question my body keeps answering with trembling. I don't want to talk about love anymore. I want to taste what it truly means. I want to leave fingerprints on your soul, not just your skin. Every heartbeat I offer tonight comes with one demand. Don't look away. You've turned my patience into a prayer I can no longer keep unspoken. I want you to see what happens when desire stops pretending to be polite. You're not just a person to me. You're the collision of every fantasy I never dared to confess. I want to explore the way your body trembles, like truth escaping its cage. Every night I've spent suppressing you has turned into fire I can no longer contain. I don't want slow affection. I want the kind that leaves our souls shaking in each other's arms. You've made me understand that desire can be both sacred and sinful in the same breath. I want to memorize the sound of your surrender until it becomes my favorite silence. You're the edge I've been afraid to jump from. And tonight, I'm not afraid anymore.